Good evening, it is the witching hour and you're listening to Exe Files Paranormal Radio on Phonic FM 106.8 and www.phonic.fm. For those of you listening online, good evening. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Alison Rockbrand, and I'm here with my co-host, Richard Freeman. Hello, Richard.
Hello, and hello, wireless listeners.
We've had a bit of unfortunate news this evening. Our guest this evening, Tony Eccles, has been unavoidably detained, and indeed we're a little bit worried about him. We got this strange message, at least Richard got this strange message on his phone, didn't you, Richard?
Yes, he said something about finding some book called Monsters and Their Kind, and then he started speaking in tongues. There was a bit of chanting. Then he said something about non-Euclidean tentacles, and then there was screaming, and it cut off.
Yeah, it's a little bit worrying. He had this plan to go out and check out some ruins somewhere. You know, he's an ethnographer and so on, and he wanted to investigate some particular culture, but he was very mysterious about what exactly it was. But he had this plan to go out and check out some ancient ruins. We don't know exactly where. But he was like, I'll be there, I'll be back. There's going to be no problem, you know. But then we got this weird message on the phone, and something about tentacles, and unfortunately there was a little bit of screaming, and something about finding this book. And so, I mean, you know, we hope for the best for him, and when he does come back, you know, we'll have him back on. But all the best with you, Tony Eccles. Please, don't take him, you demons. But nevertheless, Richard has some exciting news, and we've had this idea for quite a while now about having a little bit of a music show, and because we include music in the show, and so we wanted to talk a little bit about Fortean music, and Richard has just today, earlier on, sent me a brilliant playlist of Fortean tunes. So we're going to listen to those after the news with Richard.
Scientists pinpoint awareness after death. A recent study led by Dr. Sam Parnia at Southampton University suggests that consciousness continues after death. Previously, it was believed that the brain has about 30 seconds of consciousness after the heart stops. The study in the official journal of the European Resuscitation Council, called Awareness During Resuscitation, involved over 2,000 patients that had suffered cardiac arrest and had been resuscitated. It was found that 40% had a level of awareness whilst dead and before the heart was restarted. Parnia explained, "The evidence so far suggests that in the first few minutes after death, consciousness is not annihilated. Whether it fades away afterwards, we do not know. But right after death, consciousness is not lost."
Really, you know, this is kind of research that's been going on for quite a while now, actually. And yeah, it's fascinating research, isn't it? I mean, it's so interesting to be able to.
Well, until recently, they thought that all of the near-death experiences all happened within 30 seconds, and it was brain function fading out.
That's right,
but this seems to contradict that. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes. Can science prove the afterlife?
Well, we all know that it will one day.
Donut-shaped UFOs seen over Thailand. Oh, donuts. Is there anything they cannot do? On November the 25th, 3 donut-shaped UFOs were seen and recorded over Bangkok in Thailand. They were estimated to be 10 metres in diameter. The film, taken by an anonymous witness, shows 3 orange-shaped objects seemingly attached at the edges. They float along slowly before 2 of them fade out, leaving only 1. Cosmic donuts.
I just thought I'd mention to everyone that Richard actually wears police-issue boots.
Glastonbury myths made up by 12th century monks. A 4-year study by archaeologists has demolished myths about Glastonbury Abbey. A team of 31 specialists, led by Roberta Gilchrist, a professor of archaeology at Reading University, found that the stories of Joseph of Arimathea visiting Glastonbury and Arthurian links were created by monks in the 12th century in order to raise funds in the wake of a fire in 1184. They had no relics whatsoever to attract pilgrims and came up with the idea of making a lead cross inscribed with Arthur's name, copying off an earlier Saxon one. It was a complete and utter fake. And not only that, their church, which was wooden, and burnt down. When they rebuilt it, they deliberately rebuilt it in a very old-fashioned style to give the impression of a much older building.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty surprising to me that this is news now. Like, most academics, I think, most historians would pretty much be of this opinion anyway. I mean, during this era, there was tons of fakery. Like relic having was a major thing. I mean, if you didn't have a relic, you didn't have a cathedral or a holy
there were
place.
so many parts of the original cross that the cross must have been about 300 feet long.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is kind of common knowledge. But it's interesting that now it's been applied to Glastonbury. So, not that it's not a special place. Though I was there recently again, and something about the Tor, very mysterious place.
But, I haven't got much time for the festival, to be honest.
Obviously.
I don't like crowds, and B, the guy that runs it supports fox hunting and badger gassing, so...
I'm not into kind of walking around in mud for more than, a couple of hours. So, yeah, the festival, no, but the town, the tour really is my favourite place, and I've done some theatre up there with...
Did you go on a tour of it?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
I once went to Crete, but I was only there for 3 days, so I could only go on a minor tour.
Oh, my. Bear with us. No, I did do some theatre there with a Metamorphic Ritual Theatre in 2005, and did a production there, and it was very interesting, and I've been there, of course, many times since, and very nice place, very mysterious place. Okay, Richard, tell us about some of this music that we're going to hear. So we've got this excellent playlist. Oh, by the way, the music we heard at the beginning of the show, I should have mentioned that earlier, obviously, but I'm mentioning it now. That was Music to Play in the Dark by Coil. I played them last week as well. They're one of my favorite bands, and esoteric music, definitely lots of esoteric memes in there, so check that out if you haven't already. That was from 1999.
Yeah, they did the song Union of the Snake, didn't they?
Yeah, no, they've done all kinds of really cool, really strange music.
Right, the first track we've got on the playlist is by an American band called Lemon Demon, who I know very little about, but they've done some really good songs that I've stumbled across on YouTube. And it's called Eighth Wonder, and it's about Jeff the Talking Mongoose.
Okay, that sounds great. Oh, sorry. Okay, that sounds great. So we're going to listen to... we've got 3, Richard. So tell us about the other 2.
Oh, yes. The next one after that is Death Party, and their song is Devil in the Woods, which is about the Jersey Devil. And after that, we've got Kate Bush's song Wild Man. So we can talk a little about each of those after we've played them, if you want.
Fantastic. So enjoy these, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Goodbye.
I might be small, but I away, run away. Run away. While crossing the natural line, something jumped down from the line. In the run of down hills, mountain around, we found footprints in the snow. We found your footprints in the snow. We brushed them all away. From the shadows of Annapurna to the Rinpoche of Shanghai, checkpoints from Mount Kailash to Himachal Pradesh, found footprints in the snow. You're not a Lingor monkey, nor a big brown bear. You're the wild man. You say they saw you drown. Near the wrong book, bless you. They wanna hunt you down. You're not an animal. The llamas say you're not an animal.
Hello and welcome back to X-Files Paranormal Radio on 106.8 FM in Exeter and www.phonic.fm online. I'm your host, Alison Rockbrand, and I'm here with my co-host, Richard Freeman. Hello, Richard.
Hello. And one of our previous guests, John Downs, we had on a couple of weeks back, is working on a book on Fortean and Esoteric music even as we speak. So it's quite fitting that we're spending tonight listening to music inspired by various types of Forteana.
Yeah, we've had a little bit of unfortunate news about our planned guest for this evening, who has mysteriously vanished, having visited some ruins and discovered a very mysterious text. Sent us this weird message, which there was some screaming, and then the message cut off. For those of you that didn't hear about this before. So we are reverting to one of our earlier plans of playing some Fortean tunes, which Richard has sent me earlier today. So this is the playlist of Fortean music. And it's interesting because John Downs, one of our guests on a couple of weeks ago, was talking about an upcoming book which might come out sometime soon about esoteric music. And of course, very interesting, fascinating concept of music. Of course, music of the spheres, Gothic music. I mean,
He used to be in a band called John Downes and the Amphibians from Outer Space, an oblique reference to the Dogon people of West Africa, who had a deity, they said, that came from the stars and lived underwater and could only come out on land with breathing apparatus, and various Eric von Daniken type characters in the past have suggested that this was an alien.
indeed, indeed, very unusual. So does John Downes still play music?
He still creates music, but he doesn't perform like he used to.
Well, I'm really looking forward to his book. I mean, I know he said he was having some health problems and it might not come out, anytime soon. But he also mentioned that he has some music on SoundCloud, or he has a kind of project going on SoundCloud, and that he's going to be putting up music. And there's a project going along with the book. So if anyone is interested, they can check out John Downes on SoundCloud, and there will be some esoteric music on there. And look out in the future for his book on esoteric music. So Richard, those three songs we just played, that was the song we just heard was Wild Man. That was, of course, Kate Bush, an amazing song, so strange, so haunting. And but Richard was saying something very interesting about, because the song goes, Footprints in the Snow.
Yeah, she says we're in the Garrow Hills with Dipu Marak, who's a friend of mine. He's a journalist who hunts the Yeti in northern India in the Garrow Hills. As we found your footprints in the snow and we brushed them all away. There is no snow in the Garrow Hills, it's rainforest. So
there you go.
But I did see the Yeti's footprints in the Garrow Hills, but they were in mud rather than snow. So
maybe it was a little bit of ayahuasca or some weird drug substance which someone, Kate must have been taking. Ms. Bush must have been eating some bushes of some kind out there. No, not those. And maybe saw some kind of footprints in the snow. But yeah, interesting story. Amazing song, amazing voice, Kate Bush, of course. And then the song before that was
Death Party, Devil in the Woods.
Now, when I was listening to this, Richard, I was thinking, Richard, let's start a death metal band. That's what I was thinking when I was listening to that. That is such a great song, Devil in the Woods, Devil in the Woods. Let's just do it. Let's just start a death metal band. You and I can be the singers. And we can just get some guys and just make up a couple of lines, and then that was a great song.
It's all about the Jersey Devil, the Pine Barrens in New Jersey. The legend was that around about the time of the American War of Independence, there was a woman called Mrs. Leeds who was pregnant with her 13th child, and at the thought of having another mouth to feed, she said, it might as well be the devil's. And according to the story, that when the creature was born, it was this monstrous thing with the face of a horse and wings like a bat and a forked tail that attacked the midwives, then flew up out of the chimney and has haunted the Pine Barrens ever since.
Wow. Creepy.
And before that we had Lemon Demon with Eighth Wonder, which is of course about Jeff the Talking Mongoose, which was a bizarre phantom that haunted a house in Cashan's Gap in the Isle of Man in the 1930s and became so famous he was even spoken about in the House of Lords. A strange little yellow talking extra clever mongoose.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me. What else are they going to talk about in there? I'm sure they all have dinner together and they all talk about some really weird stuff. And then, when they're in the House of Lords, obviously, it spills over. These are serious issues for Lords, to talk about. They don't have much else to do. They don't have to work, the rest of us.
I've always wanted Jeff to come back again. It's such a great character. And he disappeared just before World War II. So if you're listening, Jeff, we want more talking mongooses.
Come back, Jeff. We need you. We need you. The Lords, they need you. We've got 3 more songs coming up. We have 50 Words for Snow.
No, that's the album that Wild Man is off.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next on the list is Police, Synchronicity 2, which is about synchronicity.
That's right. I see it.
Which is strange Fortean coincidences. Japan with their wonderful track Ghosts. And then once again, another one from Lemon Demon, Spring Hill Jack, which is about the phantom that terrorised London in the 1830s.
Yeah, it's quite a interesting story right now. It's coming out, in a sense, Spring Hill Jack. I've heard quite a lot of it about in the last couple of years. And the Lost Theatre in London, they did a production of it. I think actually they did a radio play. So I mean, we should get them on the show, Richard. We should
definitely
have a look at that. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes and enjoy these 3 tunes.
Some more than others.
Am I going to be delivering... square. The daylight almost gone. It seems there's something that you know. Well, I ought to leave. The rain, it never stops. And I've no particular place to go. Just when I think I'm winning, when I've broken every door, the ghosts of my life are wilder than before. Just when I thought I could not be stopped, when my chance came to be king, the ghosts of my life are wilder than the Well, I'm feeling nervous. Now I find myself alone. The simple life's no longer there. Once I was so sure. Now the doubt inside my mind comes and goes, but leads nowhere. Just when I think I'm winning, when I've broken every door, the ghosts of my life are wilder than before. Just when I thought I could not be stopped, when my chance came to be king, the ghosts of my life are wilder than the Just when I think I'm winning, when I've broken every door, the ghosts of my life are wilder than before. Just when I thought I could not be stopped, when my chance came to be king, the ghosts of my life are wilder than the wind.
Hello and welcome back to Exe Files Paranormal Radio on Phonic FM 106.8 and www.phonic.fm online for those of you listening online. By the way, we do have a Facebook page which you should go and visit at some point, Exe Files on Phonic FM, and there's also a Facebook group which you can join, so please do so. So thank you very much for those three songs, Richard. Why don't you tell us a little bit about them again for those of
You only played two of them.
Oh no, the ones that we just heard. Yeah.
Police, and you played Police in Japan. You didn't play the third one, Spring Hill Jack, Lemon Demon.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get to that right now then.
Okay.
But tell us a little bit about Police, Synchronicity 2.
Synchronicity. Synchronicity is a bizarre coincidence. You find it in Fortiana a lot. For example, off the top of my head, when there were sightings of the Owl Man down in Morning Smith in Cornwall, you got birds behaving in really bizarre ways. Birds attacking people or flying into windows. So it was all sort of bird stuff happening at once, and you get these strange coincidences. They go all throughout Forteana, and it's what we call synchronicity. And Japan, of course, ghosts. They don't really need any introduction, other than that I would say that ghosts, the term ghost, probably is a catch-all term for a number of phenomena that are not necessarily related. I think very few of the phenomenon we term as ghosts have anything to do with the spirits of dead human beings. I think they might be something totally independent and different.
Right, so we've got Spring Hill Jack, which we've talked about previously a little bit, and then we've got two other ones. I think we've just probably got time for, what was it? The ones we talked about. Hang on, which ones were they, Richard?
Well, we've got Lemon Demon, Spring Hill Jack, The Very Things, Ghost in My House, Bauhaus, Stigmata Marta.
Yeah, that's right. And we might have time for one more after that. So we're going to listen to those three. We'll talk about them a little bit, and then we might have time for one more. Do check out our Facebook page if you get a chance. Give us a like, and have a very nice listen to some esoteric music. We don't normally get the chance to do this, so we're really looking forward to it. And we've, as I was saying before, we spoke to John Downs earlier, a couple of weeks ago, about esoteric music and magical music, and so there is a movement out there, and there are some very unusual tunes out there, of course, to listen to. So we're going to be playing some tonight. So we've got three more, and be back in a couple of minutes.
Upward he shoots by the springs on his boots like an inverted angel. We've been afraid of this terrible, strange, elusive monster for years. It seems to be superstitious lunacy, but in fact when things go black, old spring-heeled Jack appears. I hear the sound of him bounding around on the rooftops of London, leaving the people bewildered and stunned, on occasion aflame. No sooner than unsuspecting Englishmen turn their backs, the wretch attacks, and Spring-heeled Jack's his name. I doubt that it's those clever brats in college, and the Marquis of Waterford denies all knowledge, and the people in the area reek of mass hysteria. But admit you must that it is just enough to scare ya, and you scream when he draws out a handful of claws and a blue breath of fire, then disappears, leaping higher and higher, as if lighter than air. Time marches on, now it seems as though he's gone. This day lacks tales of his acts, but don't relax, for Spring-heeled Jack's still there.
There's a ghost in my house. I can't hide.
in a crucifixation, ecstasy, lying cross-checked in agony. Stigmata bleed continuously, both in hands and feet, and weep for me. Stigmata, oh you saw inside, stigmata in your splintered life. Look to your crimson orifice in holy remembrance in scarlet bliss.
Welcome back to Exe Files Paranormal Radio on Phonic FM 106.8. I'm your host, Alison Rockbrand, and I'm here with my co-host, Richard Freeman. Hello, Richard.
Hello.
You've just been listening to Bauhaus Stigmata Mater. That was an amazing song, 1980, if you can believe it. It sounds totally modern still to me, totally current. Excellent gothic music, as Richard was just telling me about in the break. And before that, we had Spring Heel Jack. And
Lemon Demon, Spring Hill Jack, and in between we had The Very Things, Ghost in My House.
Yeah, Ghost in My House. Excellent music. Thank you very much, Richard. This is Richard's 14 tunes playlist, which he sent to me earlier today, which we've been preparing to do a show about for quite a while now. So, unfortunately, because of our guest this evening mysteriously disappearing, the mysterious, disturbing phone call that we received about having visited some ruins and then some tentacles, something about bright lights, and then screaming, and then the phone cut off. So we've had to make do with some amazing esoteric music, which is something one of our previous guests, John Downs, was talking about a couple of weeks ago, and talking about a potential one of his books, which will be potentially released quite soon, about esoteric music and his project on SoundCloud. So do check that out if you're interested in esoteric music. Next week, we have quite an interesting guest. We have the Crabman.
Yes, Dr. Phil Smith, who is a psychogeographer.
Yes, this is Phil the Crabman Smith, psychogeographer, and he's going to be talking about mythogeography and some very interesting stuff. So we look forward to that. Can't wait.
What is mythogeography, I hear you ask? Well, tune in next week and find out.
Indeed, we've got some other guests coming up after that, a couple of weeks after that, so we'll let you know. Check out our Facebook page for any updates, and also the show's been running for about 3 months now. We've got about 16 shows, and so we are going to put them up onto the internet sometime soon, and are going to have some kind of website type thing, and you can check out archives of the show. So get ready for that. That's going to come up soon, so you can check us out. You can check out this show in about 3 weeks, or check out the next show in about next year, and so on into infinity. So thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in, and we will eventually have Tony Eccles, when he does return from wherever he's gone. He will come back on the show.
He may well be changed. He may have differences, monstrous differences.
When he does come back, we beg of you not to mock him too much, and until he does come back, we beg of all of you, pray for him, because we don't know where he is. We don't know what has happened to him. So give him your prayers and your spells. Send him some of your magic. But he will be back on the show at some point, and until then, farewell.